from beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in prime time, as it'll be our visitors taking on the Miami Dolphins. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Great beginning there under the bright lights of primetime.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in primetime is on you.
They get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. The Dolphins at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Ready. Here we go, son.
Now Darnold will try to pick it up himself. And he is caught. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full program. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here we go, son.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. They complete it to Hill. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got enough.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Miami defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. Look at Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
A gain of 19 yards. First down.
Now it's Jackson. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Mike Evans with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 3rd and 3. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far. They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, and they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
13-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Jackson going to keep it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
First down. A gain of 9 yards. Results in
Throwing is Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this pass caught by Gray. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, our score 9-6. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Want to quit?
From the gun, Jackson. They'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Dolphins' 38-yard line.
Now Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
14 yards.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's now third down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Olave motioning to the left. To throw is Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
And his kick here is good. And that will tie the score now at 9 apiece. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Third down and 1.
Third and 1.
Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Washington. A gain of 6. That's good for the Dolphins. First down.
To throw is Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. LHN on first and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 8. Here's Darnold. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's a toss left for Achane. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Second down and 4. Here's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now it's Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are down by a single possession here, 16-9 as they come up 1st and 10. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Complete to Zay Flowers. 1st and 10.
Now it's Jackson. Over the middle to Evans. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw again is Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jackson to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Quick throw there. It is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Jackson going to keep it. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The kick is good.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Tyler Luke set to kick off.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Dolphins.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Here we go, set. Go, lady.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And incomplete on the deep ball. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And he finally goes out of bounds, so he couldn't take it the distance, but all the way inside the 15.
I'm actually surprised more games aren't tied because the messages in both locker rooms are essentially the same, and it starts with both trying to get a quick start. But one team actually did, but the defensive guys, they can take it right back because this game has been a tug of war all the way through.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They work now on 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. And a catch right side by Evans. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And his guys are going to take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they will take a 7-point lead.
16.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Lady. Here we go, set. Ready. Set.
Darnold now to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
No.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
For a Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Running left, Achane. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Darnold. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw, Darnold. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Achane gets it from the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Simpson. It's a gain of 9.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And the Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Go, set.
They'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's got it. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And these 2 teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half. Tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
They'll work inside here, Hampton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Darnold from the gun. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And the defense has come up with it.
And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Jackson going to keep it. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there. 51 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Back now in Miami. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper and 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
This time Jackson will throw it. He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Jackson. Olave over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said,
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here we go, set.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 63 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. that creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers. If the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now it's Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Darnold to throw. Finding Washington. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Washington. Out of bounds at his own 49-yard line.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's third down. Now Darnold. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's first down. A give left side. Here's Achane.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, think about this. You got to potentially be careful not to score too early here. Second down. Again, it's Achane.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Achane on the counter.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Partner, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is good. And it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Miami, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the...
You wanted something to save, you wanted something to tame, you wanted me to come running when you called my name.